If you've been thinking about getting into voiceover for months or even years, but you're still stuck in research mode while your current job slowly drains your soul and eats away at you, this video is your wake-up call. By the way, my name is Jesse Carroll. I'm a professional voice actor who's made over $1 million in voiceover in the past 7 years. I'm also the voice of History Channel's Backroad Truckers, and I've done over 2,000 voiceover jobs. But more importantly, I've helped over 100 people and counting escape jobs they hate and build a voiceover career from home. Now, here's the brutal truth. I know a bit about you. You've been thinking about this for years. You're tired of the commute to work, tired of asking for permission to take time off, and you want to work from home with your family. But every time you research voiceover, you get overwhelmed by conflicting advice and you do nothing. Well, today, my friend, that changes because I'm going to give you the exact roadmap my students use to go from zero to booking work, including the specific equipment you need and step-by-step plan to get you started in 2025. So step one, get the right equipment without breaking the bank. Here's the first step that stops people. They think they need thousands of dollars in equipment. Complete garbage. You don't, but you do need basic professional gear. You can get started with professional quality gear for less than $1,000. Now, here's exactly what you need to get started. First off, obviously, you're gonna need a microphone. I always recommend the Rode NT1 5th generation. It's around $250, depending on what country or where you are. This is the best starter mic on the market. I've literally recorded national commercials from my closet. When I started, I was in a closet. I'm in a booth now. When I started, I was in a closet, and I used that mic. It will work for you for a number of years. Audio interface, you're gonna need one of those too. So what is an interface? This connects your mic to your computer. To start, get the Scarlett 2i2. It's around $130. Do not get the Scarlett Solo. I don't know what the hell they did with that thing, but it doesn't work with a lot of computers, and it crashes, and it's a hunk of junk. Focusrite, get your shit together. Splurge, don't get the Solo, get that one, or I promise you're probably gonna have problems. The Focusrite Scarlett 2i2, do it. For headphones, what I recommend is the AKG K72s for $40. Or if you're not on a tight budget, get the Bayer Dynamic DT77 Pros. That's what I have. These things here, they're actually falling apart now. I gotta get another pair. They're around $200. They sound fantastic. They feel like Uggs for your ears. It's what I use. You're also gonna need cables. Get 2 sets for around $30 each. Two sets, trust me. You're gonna need backup. You need a mic stand. Any boom stand that holds the mic up is good. Get one off Amazon for around $50 or less. I think I got one in my booth for like $30. So you don't need a big fancy dancy one. Just get a cheap stand. It'll work. Now, home studio. This part can be a little bit tricky depending on what you have. If you're starting out from scratch and you've got a walk-in closet, you can easily turn that into a booth. You're lucky, you're golden, use that. You're gonna wanna get a bunch of foam from Amazon and just deck it out everywhere completely. No solid surface left untouched. You need to cover everything. You can do it with foam from Amazon, you can do it with moving blankets, or as we like to call them in the industry, acoustic blankets. And it's probably gonna cost you around another, I'd say, depending on the size of your walk-in closet, $150, $200 to deck it out acoustically. This is the most important step. If you don't deck out your studio space properly with acoustic foam and sound treat it, doesn't matter if you have a $5,000 mic, it's gonna sound like shit. Let's say you're like, Jesse, I live in a studio apartment. The only closets I have are super small. You got 2 options. You can still make one in just a traditional closet that's not walk-in, that you hang coats in. Just gonna have to take everything out and really deck in the inside of that space, and then hang a blanket over top of you from the closet door. So you'll be standing outside of the closet with a moving blanket around you, and you'll be talking into the closet. If you can't do that, another option is to make a PVC pipe sound booth. It's not that difficult, and it's probably going to cost you. You can just buy one if you're not super handy. You can make one for less than $200 if you have a Home Depot near you. But if you want to buy one from the internet, I think you can get them for probably around $300, $300 to $400, and they'll just send it to you and you build it yourself. You hang blankets off it. Works great. It's really good. And if you do want to make these spaces yourself, if you're more like a DIY person and you want the complete gear guide, check the links below to my free community, completely free. I've got the guide in there for you. I've got the gear guide. It'll give you all the gear I just mentioned, plus more high-end stuff. If you're on a super budget, maybe you're super rich, you're like, Jesse, I want the goods. I got you. And we'll also give you a walkthrough on how to actually make a DIY home studio, one that actually works, that's good, and it's renter friendly. So if you don't own your place, I'll show you how to set up a home studio without destroying the apartment you're renting. The link's below. join the VO Lounge for free. No strings attached. Now, if you're on a super budget and you're not sure if VoiceOver is for you, but you still want to give it a try, just rent equipment. You're still going to have to make that home studio. Spend money on that, or you could just like put blankets over top of you. But renting equipment is possible. I did that in the beginning too. And as I said, in the VO Lounge, my free community, we have a complete gear guide and first couple weeks of the VoiceOver Jumpstart course in there. That's my signature course. Takes you to go from knowing nothing about VoiceOver all the way to where I'm at. Give you all the stuff that I do. And the first 2 weeks are free in the VO Lounge. And we'll teach you how to set up a home studio, what kind of gear to get, how to record and edit, all that jazz. Links below. Step 2. You need to know where to get work, and more importantly, you need a strategy that actually works. Here's where most people get it wrong. A lot of people think they need a professional demo and a big fancy agent to get started. That is wrong. That is the opposite of the way that you want to start. The best way, in my opinion, is this, and I've broken it down into 3 phases. Phase 1. You want to get on voices.com, but don't buy in for a membership yet. You want to start with a free profile and max it out. Just max it out. Fill out everything. Get a good bio, complete every section. You want to have about 30 demos, at least 30 demos uploaded. I'm not going to turn this into a how to be successful on voices.com video. I've done a couple of those already. Check the links below and I'll link to them so you know how to actually set up that free profile. Complete the whole thing, set up all those demos, and write a compelling bio. And once you've 100% maximized your free profile, then you can buy in for a membership. Then clear your schedule, because for 2 to 3 days, all you're going to do is audition for everything that comes through. And in the beginning, when you first buy in, this is why I tell you to wait until your profile is 100% maximized. They're going to send you a boatload of auditions. When you first buy in, you should probably get upwards of 100. They won't all be right for you, but do them anyway. And again, check the links below for the voices.com videos. I'll go more in depth on that and how to set up and why you want to wait. Now you've got your voices.com profile set up 100%. You've bought into a membership. Phase 2, after you book a job on voices.com, because in the beginning, you're not going to get a whole lot of auditions after that initial push, and you need to get at least 30 auditions a day. And you want to get there in a hurry. So as soon as you book a job on voices.com, you want to get on Voice 123. It's a similar process. Maximize the free features first. Set up your profile 100%. And now on Voice 123, it's different than voices.com. On Voice 123, you're going to be working direct with clients, and sometimes they're going to ask you for a quote. Don't freak out. It's all good. Just go to the GVAA rate guide. And if you don't know what that is, Google it. That is a brilliant website. It posts all the average rates for non-union work, and it will give you some guidelines. Don't take it as dogmatic. It's not gospel. It's not the Bible. Just look at it and see on average what people are charging for whatever usage and whatever kind of voiceover job it is. That'll help you out. On Voice 123, you want to buy in at the highest level you can afford. Minimum $888. Better if you can do the $2,200 a year. They charge you quarterly, so it's going to end up being $600 every 3 months. And if you're already booked on voices.com and you've done everything I've told you and you're getting coaches and you're bookable, that shouldn't be a problem. You should be making $600 to pay for it every 3 months. Easy. Phase 3, expansion. Now you've got voices.com, that's phase 1. Voice 123, that's phase 2. And between those two, how do you expand further? Well, you're going to need to add agents to get more auditions. The goal is to get at least 30 auditions a day. Better if you can get 40, 50, 60 like I do. Once you get to that point, you're golden. So how do you get more? You get an agent. How do you get an agent? You're going to need a professional demo. And where do you put the professional demo? You're going to need a website. How do you know you're ready to get a professional demo done? You can pay for it with the money you've made on voices.com and Voice 123. Then you go to someone that's good. Don't go to a demo mill. Don't go to a bargain barrel demo place. You want to go to like JMC Demos, Mark Grau, Ear Blowing Audio. They're all good. All those people are good. And it's going to cost a pretty penny too, but it's worth it. It should last you for like anywhere from 5 to 7 years. I did my first demo 7 years ago and it lasted me till recently. Now I'm getting them all redone with Mark Grau actually. Now you get your professional demo done and you put it on a website and you start marketing that out to agents. Now you have what I call the holy trifecta. You've got voices.com firing on all cylinders. You got Voice 123 at the minimum $888 level, better the $2,200 level. And now you got agents, not just one agent, as many agents as it takes to get 50 to 60 auditions between all 3 of the holy trifecta. And again, check the links below for my strategies for voices.com and Voice 123 on how to actually book more work there, because I'm not going to get in depth on those sites in this one, because those will be multiple videos of how to have success on those platforms. Now it brings us to step 3, how to actually sound like a professional. Here's what separates the people who book work from people who don't. The people who book work understand that voiceover isn't about having a golden voice. It's about sounding like a real person, having a real conversation. One of the biggest mistakes in voiceover is putting on what we call an announcer voice. Clients can smell that fake stuff from a mile away. They can, oh man, is that an announcer voice? Ooh. They smell it a mile away. They smell it like doggy doo from yesterday. Doggy doo. I'm having a kid, so that's my swearing now. Doggy doo. They want conversational. They want authentic. They want relatable. More importantly, they want you. Don't put on a voice. Don't try to sound like you have a good voice. You don't need it. It's just going to make you sound announcery and fake and inauthentic. Your voice is already good enough. So here's what you do instead. You want to record yourself having a normal conversation with a friend. Seriously, next time you're in a conversation, just record it and listen to the natural way you speak, the natural idioms, the way that you speak and the words you use, so how your inflection goes up and down and the pacing you take, how it changes from going fast to slower and back and forth, and the way that you say specific words and how you highlight them, we call it billboarding in the industry. Really, you just want to bring your natural tonality and the way that you speak into every single read you do. Don't try to sound perfect in voiceover. You want to sound like a real person. I promise you, it's way better. And just a quick note for all you non-Americans, because I know there's quite a few that watch this channel. If you want to work in the American market, learn the standard American accent. I can't say this enough. It's not as hard as you think. I had to do it. I'm from Canada. I'm from Vancouver, Canada. And actors in movies do it all the time. But of course, you're going to say, well, they learn it because they're getting thrown millions of dollars. Well, if I told you, not millions of dollars, but if I told you you are guaranteed $5,000 a month in voiceover, but the only catch is you had to learn the American accent. You're guaranteed to make $5,000 a month. How long do you think it would take you to learn that American accent? You'd figure it out in a week or two. So stop being lazy. Yeah, I'm talking to you, people I've talked to before. Learn that American accent. Get it down. If you're trying to work in the American market and you're struggling and you have a noticeable accent, then you have no right to complain. You need to go and figure that out. Figure it out like it's an emergency. Get that out of the way. All the things standing in your way of booking work you need to handle. So if you're non-American trying to work in the American market, you just got to get the American accent down. Just talk like that all day, every day. Keep working on it until people can't tell. Side note to the non-Americans. I can't talk about putting your personality in your reads enough. When I judge the Sovas Awards, personality is what makes me pay attention. Not perfection, not diction, personality. That is the number one factor of when I give somebody perfect ratings. I hear personality, I'm like, oh my God, 5 stars, 10 stars, 12, 10 out of 10, give them the award right now. Can I present it? Can I present the award? Step number 4, you need to treat voiceover like it is a business. Like it's a serious, real-ass, big boy, big girl, big person business. I'm sorry for yelling, but it's true. Here's what separates successful voice actors from hobbyists. Treating this like a business from day number 1. You gotta track everything. Know your booking ratio. Know your average job value. Know which types of jobs you book the most. Don't just do those ones you wanna expand, but you gotta know your numbers. Where are you booking the jobs? This isn't just for fun. This is data that's gonna help you replace your day job income. That's the goal, right? Here, understand the math. This is crazy. You need to book 8 to 10 jobs per month to replace a $50,000 salary. That's 2 jobs per week. The average voiceover job pays around $300 to $500 if you're on the pay-to-play sites. That's it. Just 2 jobs a week. That's not so hard, is it? Just 2. If I told you that you can make $50,000 a year working twice a week, wouldn't you be like, that is the greatest job of all time? It really is. And on the subject of business, I'll be doing more business of voiceover videos in the future about tracking your numbers and how to do it on all that. I'm not going to get too in depth in this video because that would be an entirely video on its own. So just know that you need to treat it like a business and have that mindset from start, and keep watching the channel for future videos, and I'll expand upon how to actually go ahead and track those numbers. But we're not done yet. We are just getting into step 5, which is the most important step out of all of them. Without this step, none of them matter at all. Just start. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how perfect your plan is or how much research you've done. If you watch my channel every day, doesn't matter. What matters is if you just start. The people who succeed in voiceover aren't the ones with the best voices or the most talent. They're the ones who started when everyone else was still thinking about it. They're the ones who took action when everyone else was making excuses. My student Ariana got nominated for her first Sovas Award last year within months of starting. Not because she had a perfect voice, she's got a great one, but because she started and kept taking steps forward every single day. That's me taking steps forward with my fingers. I should have used my right finger. So stop overthinking it. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Take one step forward today, even if it's a small one. Even if you're scared, just start. And if you don't have the budget to get started and all that, I get it. Start learning. Check the links below. Free community, the VO Lounge free community. Join it. We'll help you get started for free in there. But eventually you're going to have to invest some money. It's just the way that VoiceOver works. That's the way the world works. You want to start anything, you're going to have to invest in gear, training, all that stuff, invest in the pay-to-play sites. But I promise you, even if it's daunting right now, it's worth it. Just start wherever you're at right now. Start. Now, let's do a quick summary. Let me give you a recap of the 5 steps we just talked about. Step 1, get the right equipment without breaking the bank. It's probably going to cost you somewhere, I don't know, you could get it done for less than $1,000. It really depends on where you're at, and you can buy things used and bargain value it, and you can use blankets and all that stuff. So basically, it's probably going to cost you a minimum of $500 just to get in the game. Pretty good investment for something that could return 6 figures down the road, but do you even need that much to replace your full-time job? Not likely. Step 2, you need a real strategy for booking. Start with a voices.com free profile, book a job there, then go over to Voice123, buy in at the minimum 888 level. Then you want to get a professional demo done with the money that you've made. You want to get a website. You want to put that demo on a website and you want to send it out to as many agents as you can get and get a bunch of agents. That's how you get work until you're getting 50, 60 jobs a day and you're doing so much voiceover, you have time for nothing else and you take over the whole world. That's the holy trifecta. Voices.com, Voice123, multiple agents. Step 3, sound like a real person, not a fake announcer. Step 4, treat it like a business from day one. And step 5, just start, stop overthinking it, and take action. That's it. That's really the secret sauce. Look, I just gave you the exact roadmap my students are using to build successful voiceover careers and quit their day job. The equipment list, the platform strategy, the mindset shifts, everything you need to get started. The opportunity is there. The roadmap is clear. The only question is, what are you gonna do about it? If you're serious and you wanna do voiceover, check the links below. It's a link to my free community that'll help you get started for free if you're just dabbling, you wanna know more about it. And there's also a link to VoiceOver School, which is where you go if you are super serious about it. We give you all the tools and everything, and we hold your hand and we walk you through it all the way to the end goal, which is becoming full-time or making 6 figures if that's what you want to do. Other than that, I'm Jesse Carroll. There's been another video, and we will see you in the next one. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. Peace out.